Hi everybody, my name is Spammals. Welcome to the end of month vlogs, the thing we do at the end of the month where we look back at the games you played, have a little think about them. Now time has passed, and so without any more stalling, let's begin! June 2019! The month started off with Layers of Fear 2, a horror game we was very much looking forward to because it's set on board a ship and it looked genuinely good. However, it wasn't quite what I had hoped it would be. I think I went in wanting to be scared too much, and I was suppressing the ability for a bigger story to be told. Once I backed down and just let the game be what the game be, I enjoyed it a lot more. Is it very scary? Not really. Does it have a cool story that gets you thinking about it? Yeah, it does. Moving on. Did a sinking simulator? What ship? Haven't a clue. After that, Layers of Fear continues, and then Would You Rather, the episode 1 of a brand new series never before seen on the world of YouTube. It's a game asking you the hard-hitting questions. Would you rather do number A or number B? Oh, you said B? Oh, controversial. Oh. I like doing the videos. I'm going to keep doing them. We're going to do perhaps one a month, you know? It's really simple to do. It's quite laid back, stripped back, little bit of jazz in the background, and we're just talking. We're just having a nice time. Moving on. So basically the channel had been doing a lot of ship games from February through to May. So this month I was like, I'm gonna stop doing some ship games for a little bit, do some other things, and horror was a genre that I really wanted to cover. We started with Layers of Fear 2, then up next was The Beast Inside Alpha Demo. The Beast Inside is an upcoming horror game that looks really interesting to me. It's got a really cool dynamic of being in this spoopy house, but you see it modern day, and then you see it back in the past, and these two different time periods have a seemingly bridging arc that connects them together in spooky ways. Very excited to see what to do with this going forwards. We're going to be bringing it back as soon as it's ready. Moving on. Sinking Simulator. Now the Stormworks. I enjoy Stormworks. Let me talk about Stormworks a second. I really like what we got going down with Stormworks. It's basically ship review, just without going ship review. I really enjoy checking out the Steam Workshop, seeing what new ships people have been making. Not always even ships. We've been doing helicopters as well and other ice cream trucks. Most recently, we get the ship, we look at the ship, we review the ship, and then we sink the ship. Like, it's fun. I enjoy it. I do like doing the more role-player ones. We've only done a couple of times, but they take a lot more work to get made. Anyway, moving on. By this point, I realized the horror kind of genre wasn't really going to be working very well, so we stopped and did happier things, and I tried out a game called Supraland. This was advertised as like a mixture of Zelda, Portal, and Metroid. It looked very interesting. I wanted to give it a go. I enjoyed what I saw. You guys, however, didn't seem to enjoy me at all playing this, so sadly, it will never be a full series. It was a really interesting world, had lots of really cool puzzles, and it was fun. It was a puzzle platformer is what it was. I was quite happy with it myself. Definitely a game I could see myself playing in my spare time. Moving on. Trevor Saves the Universe, the next big game on the channel, running a staggering 5-episode series from the creators of Rick and Morty. The stat boy, you know him, you love him, Justin Roiland. Trevor Saves the Universe is that heart-touching story about when your puppies get stolen and put in the eye sockets of a really big genius mastermind, evil overseer who wants to take over the world in the name of love, and it's down to you and your buddy Trevor to save the universe. Some of the moments I loved the most about the game was just standing still and listening to the NPCs talking to each other, the bad guys. Like, they say some really messed up stuff, but it's really hilarious. I love it. It's like watching an episode of Rick and Morty, but you're inside of it. It's good. It is good. I do recommend the game. Trevor Saves the Universe. Hep, hep. There will be some DLC in the future for that. We're definitely going to be checking it out. Moving on. Up next, we have a 2-part mini-series with the HTC Vive. It's called Freedive. This was a really cool experience. It was really light and shallow on the story. It did set up a basic understanding of why we are in the situation we are in, but it wasn't really the point. It didn't matter. The story had no consequence. It was about putting you, the player, in that experience and just showing you some cool stuff. You're inside a ship. It capsizes. It's flooding. It's exploding. It was a really cool environment to be surviving within. I really enjoyed that. It was short. I would like that to be longer. It'd be great if they could come back with a more fleshed out story. Same idea, but done on a bigger scale. That could be cool. Moving on. Tales of Escape with Mr. Weeble and friends. I've been wanting to do at least one multiplayer video a month, and This was it for this month. Tales of Escape is a multiplayer escape room playable on VR and on regular PCs at the same time. Me and my buddies went into a mine and a butcher's shop and we tried our best to survive, and we did survive. The real joy of it comes from playing with your friends and overcoming the obstacles in your way. Beyond that, if you were to play it on your own, I think it might be quite a dull experience. I don't know. I'm just glad I wasn't alone, because I'm not a clever sausage. I would have been stuck in that mine even now. Since doing that, I have had another developer of another escape room give me a review copy of one of their games. I was like, I'm not sure I want to do this. We'll see what happens. So maybe there might be some more escape rooms on the horizon. Ooh. Moving on! Life is Strange 2, Episode 3. So... if you saw the episode, you know how I feel about Life is Strange right now. Life is Strange Episode 3, it was interesting and it was disappointing all at the same time. The first kind of solid hour and a half of the game is really dull and boring and grindy, and the dialogue is getting really frustrating for me. Daniel, the youngest kid with the superpower, he doesn't want to listen, he never listens, and a lot of the trouble we find ourselves in is purely because he doesn't listen. And yes, he's a child and blah 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 blah. Don't care, as a game it's boring in that respect. But it pulled it all back in the final hour of the game as we went into this heist. Things got exciting. That was definitely good. If they had just had that last hour be the full episode, I would have had a much better opinion of the entire thing. Since Telltale Games shut down, Square Enix is kind of the only developer out there still doing narrative-driven story adventures like this. And as much as I enjoyed Life is Strange 1 and Before the Storm, I feel like I'm done, you know? I feel like after this is done, I'm going to walk away from the genre a little bit. The main reason is that it just takes too long, having to wait 3 or 4 months between episodes. It's fine if you're just like a casual gamer and you got lots of things going on, but from a YouTube perspective, it's a big ask to ask you, the viewer, to remember the story for such a long time. New people come into the channel having a clue what I did in episodes 1 and 2. There's no connection there, so it's a bit difficult for new people to dive into, and it's a bit too much to ask current members to remember the story. I don't know. I feel like I'm done. Oh my god. So at this point, we kind of come to the back end of the month, and you may notice the videos got a little bit flaky around this point. Here in England, it's getting hotter and hotter. Today is not so bad for a day. As we hit Thursday the 27th, I was too hot to film. It was a double damned if you do situation. Hi, cat. This is a small bedroom, and with this backdrop up behind me, it effectively cuts it in half. And with the studio lights on, with the PC pumping out heat, this room gets very hot. I either open the window and then die because of hay fever, or keep the window closed and then boil to death. But it didn't get better, did it? It got hotter and hotter. By Saturday, it got as high as 35.9 degrees Celsius, which is crazy hot here in England. Anyway, moving on. So we did another Would You Rather, we did a Stormworks, and then here we are, the end of the month. So how about that? June is over. We're storming into July at full speed. The world is passing by so fast right now. The months are just absolutely falling off the calendar. It's alarming. It really is alarming. I feel like I've got no grip on reality whatsoever. The things I want to do, the aspirations I want to achieve, they're just always out of reach. And no matter like how many steps forwards I take, I feel personally inside that I'm slipping back. And it's really weird because the channel is doing really, really well. February through May was fantastic. It's the odd comments here and there that really kind of set me off my tilt, you know? Yes, we've been doing a lot of ship games, but at the same time, a lot of people have been watching them, even more so than normal. Stormworks can pull up to 20,000 views per video sometimes, where my average is around 1,000 views. There's when people are commenting like, hey, you're doing a bit too many ship videos, can we have something else? I'm like, yes, I completely agree, I should do something else. And then the views just take a nosedive. Like, it looks so bad to any new people coming to the channel just to see, well, such low views. That's my fault. That is totally my fault. It shows that I overindulged in the ship videos for too much, for too long, and I've neglected the audience that don't really want the ship stuff, they want other stuff. So it just shows how there's a fine balance of everything. I need to make sure the ship people are happy, but make sure that the non-ship people are happy. So a big part of July is going to be trying to restore that balance. There's going to be probably some ships during July, but the vast majority of it, no ships, no. So what is going to be happening in the future? What's going on behind the scenes? There's a lot happening behind the scenes, and I can't really talk about any of it really. Patreon people know some of it, but there's stuff happening, and doing my best. I'm absolutely doing my best here. One of the biggest things is that I really need a break. I've been working every single day since the January of 2016. To say I'm burnt out is an understatement, but I still get my ass up and I still do the videos every single day, even though I feel burnt out. I still love what I do. It's the best job I've ever had and I will ever have, and I feel so fortunate and lucky that I get to do this. But I still need a break every now and then. It's mentally exhausting having to be so active every single day. And I know people will say, like, it's okay, just take some time off, it'll be fine. But YouTube doesn't really work that way, so I need to find another way to take time off. Anyway, that's going to be an episode right about there. What are your thoughts about this month? What game did you enjoy the most? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, follow me on Twitter and tell me what you really want to see me do in the near future. Maybe it'll happen. And on that bombshell, thank you for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody.